actual story that stole the headlines is Ja Morant's 8.7 assists, 1 rebound, 3 for 14, 21% from the field, 0% from the 3-point line, 0 for 6 on those attempts. More importantly, though, it's the attitude that happened afterwards. There's pictures and videos of Ja Morant not being a part of the huddle, being on the sideline, just completely dejected. They say during the game he was, just totally out of it. For those who saw, what did you see?
I didn't see the game live. I saw the same stuff like Twitter would see. So I don't think I've.
Yeah, I just seen the post game comments, and then I seen he's suspended.
Okay, we'll get to the post game comment. Dama, did you see by chance what had happened?
I heard about it mostly. I knew he had a bad game. Seen the comments like everybody else, and then suspension.
I don't, and I never really I never really take these serious. Somebody says I was at the game. I watched the dude quit on his team. Wow. I never really take these too seriously because screenshots you can get them to look a certain way. Right. This is Ja Morant. I know people can't really tell, but most farthest rightest player. I guess he's the same with whoever this player is. The player that's just farthest to the right, completely out of the huddle, is Ja Morant. That's Ja Morant, right? Not a good look from the picture. I think we can all agree, right?
No?
Depends on the interpreter.
If we take it for what it is, right? They say bad game, not a part of it. Well, actually, hold on, I got the full clip. Sorry, Twitter is beautiful. Right underneath is the full clip. Off to the side, standing, looking at the crowd, totally out of it. A lot of people with dreads on this team. KCP got his knee wrapped up. He trying to.
Oh yeah, he is way outside.
And then
there's one dude even in the huddle that's like, he's not really paying attention, but he's at least in there. He is way outside.
You can see this is him walking totally. He damn near up the tunnel at that point.
Dang.
Yeah, that clip is way worse than the screenshot.
That's somehow worse, right?
Yeah. All right. So got back to the locker room. Asked question about the loss, and this is where things start to spiral out of control.
What went wrong to you today?
Go ask the coaching staff.
Do you feel like, there was anything you could do differently, I guess?
You go ask them. They had a whole spiel in here, so.
From the outside, and the outside may be wrong, but from the outside, it didn't look like you had your usual energy tonight.
Go ask the coaching staff why.
Okay. You feel like you should play more?
Go ask the coaching staff. Should I play more or not?
What could have been done different to get a different outcome other than asking the coaching staff?
According to them, probably don't play me, honestly. That's what basically the message was after, so it's cool.
The coaching staff message was it?
It's cool, bro.
We're good? You didn't have anything physically wrong in terms of illness or anything?
Oh, no, I'm
good.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
All right. What went?
Damn. Oh, yeah.
Trying to get some bail together. Does anybody got any bail?
You want the truth? You want me to lie to you?
I
look, man. We was just talking about being wrong, and I'm the person that definitely was like, "Yo, not too much on Ja, whatever the case may be." I'm not even talking about talent. We can talk about talent later, and what the question marks about that is in a second. But just in terms of the personality, in terms of like being this guy that is very clippable by people that want to hate on you, and like he gives them free ammo. Yeah, it's not a good look. This is genuinely like I don't know if he's justified or not, but this is genuinely in 4K. He's checked out. He's just done. Maybe this speaks to the volume of the Grizzlies, of the Grizzlies organization entirely. But if we're talking about just Ja Morant, yeah, I hope. Granted, I'm not saying it's not 2019 anymore, so I'm not giving him the same give him time grace as I would in 2021 per se. I hope he can outgrow this, but at this moment in time, it's like it's tracking a little bit in the sense of he's going to be in the headlines for the wrong reasons. I don't want that to be something that follows you with your career, because then it's going to put pressure on him that he doesn't need right now because of what is necessary for him to make strides of reaching his potential on the court. He doesn't need any more baggage right now. And I think right now he's just kind of like a magnet for random drama towards his franchise or himself.
I mean, Ja's been disgruntled for a minute now. I don't know if y'all have kept up. This goes outside of his controversy from a couple years ago. Like, from a basketball perspective, there were a lot of conversations last year about Ja being disgruntled with how they were running the offense. They went to they were a very pick and roll heavy offense before he got suspended, and then when he came back, I forgot the exact offense that they ran, but essentially it didn't go through Ja. It was spread offense, and he did not like that. And apparently they're continuing a lot of those same tactics this season. And it sounds like Ja Morant, a very ball dominant point guard, does not feel like he's involved in the offense enough. He's being told blatantly that he's not involved in the offense. Like, we're not about to stop the ball for you. This is, team first type offense, and he doesn't like it. So
I'm not shooting this thug no bail. I've been team his attitude is detrimental. I've been team he needs to grow up, and I've been team he's not a franchise player. So everything I'm seeing now is just further proving what I've believed since the whole Pew Pew incident.
Yeah. I think that so hit the nail on the head. The Grizzlies, and I'm not saying I'm Mr. Grizzly, you know what I'm saying? I am definitely perceived as one of, if not the casual of the podcast, but it's very evident. You watch a single Grizzlies game prior to his suspension, and then post that. This team plays basketball significantly different. And if that's the reason why he's disgruntled, I can even believe that and get with that. However, the concern is if it's kind of like, does your talent warrant you moving like this? And I think that's where it gets really uncomfortable for everyone in that locker room involved, including Ja Morant, because Ja would certainly say it does. But then at the same time, the Grizzlies would say, we're finding out this guy's good at hoop, and this guy's good at hoop, and that guy's good at hoop, and we don't need to pay Desmond Bane and all this other stuff. So it's just a matter of how they want to move forward. I think, it's just
don't go too far. I want to give some more information.
Yeah, I'm trying to let you
some more stuff. So this is the report. There's reportedly been some tension between Ja Morant and head coach Tuamis Lisola over the past several days, and teams around the league are monitoring the situation. The report, or the tension, is supposedly about substitution patterns, prioritizing shorter, more intense stints.
I would say I have a lot of understanding for the players who say this. I think a lot of players have been conditioned throughout their career to play in longer stints and to go find that rhythm, and basketball, just like every other global team invasion sport, is evolving, and the demands on the intensity are higher and higher, and we are looking to also adapt to the times, and that's one of the things, and a lot of planning, a lot of feel goes into planning the sub patterns. I think what's often forgotten is what comes out, the actual sub pattern. It's to optimize results in the short, medium, and long term. That is the only goal of the sub pattern, to find a competitive advantage from it. There's some, it's a good question to ask, because you could say, okay, what are you maybe not getting if you're getting intensity and pace being one of our key components to some of our, especially here in the early season, you might be sacrificing some, let's say, chemistry within the units, because they might play shorter times together, or it might be more substitutions in an NBA game that already has a lot of stops in it. So I understand the concerns, and we're after the best overall result, like I said, in the short, medium, and long term.
Thoughts on that before I go to the next thing?
If I was Demetrius, I'd be mad too.
Yeah. Chat GPT coach.
This is insane. I couldn't imagine being disgruntled, going to the office, and this is the guy telling me all this gobbledygook, this word salad.
This word salad.
Man, answer the question, man. Why am I not playing? What are we talking about right now? I'd be mad too. I'd have crashed out too.
Yeah, that's kind of like, maybe I'm over yapper. Maybe I am over yapper, but like this kind of where I'm getting at. Like if you're Ja, gang, what are we doing? gang, what are we doing? Like I'm the guy that did X, Y, and Z in the past, but nah.
Yeah, give me the rock.
And somebody followed that up by saying, if people don't like the sub patterns, that's their opinion and they are entitled to it, but they can't blame the results on it after two teams were just in the finals with the same sub patterns in the regular season. I mean, I definitely see the concern for Ja there. So now it transitions. Well, he gets the suspension because there was conduct that was detrimental to the team. I think it was like a game suspension or something like that. Draymond Green believes that he's silently protesting, the matter.
Here it is.
Yeah, he said he's. You want to hear it? You want to hear him say it?
Yeah, I never heard this part. Yeah, whoa, Draymond Green.
Yeah, Draymond Green kind of spoke on the fact that he felt like Ja was now silently protesting the team.
Me, what I was watching when we got on that plane, I was telling Steph, like, man, Ja ain't in it at all. Like, it looked like something happened. Like, Ja, it ain't Ja. Like, he was giving the ball to Cam Spencer and kind of going to stand in the corner. So you could tell. And Steph was like, huh, quiet protest going on, huh? And I was like, that's what it looked like. And then obviously after the game, we saw the comments. I was like, yep. And rightfully so, there was something going on. And so when you see this leaves you in a space of, is this the beginning of the end? And it takes you back to Taylor Jenkins getting fired and them hiring bumping the assistant coach up. When you looked at their team, Jaren, Ja, and those guys, I think they rocked with Taylor Jenkins. I truly in my heart believe that they rocked with Taylor Jenkins. So if that's the case and you just up and fire him, you're almost signaling to Ja and possibly Jaren that you really don't give a damn what they think about who's coaching them. And so when I look at this suspension, I say, okay, they didn't hire an assistant coach who I'm almost certain that Ja didn't really sign off on. But they're showing you they don't care what you think. And usually when they show stars that they don't care what you think, the next move is usually you.
And that's where we go from here. Just want to highlight real quick while I have it shared. Ticket prices for tonight's Grizzlies home game have plummeted, with get-in price now just $2. That's today. I watched Gilbert Arenas' stream maybe yesterday when he was talking about this specific situation, and I want to echo those sentiments. I don't think we've seen it in modern times, but I remember being a part of the Boys and Girls Club, and getting free tickets to Hawks games. I remember being able to buy, and Sage definitely might remember this, is like being in DC. I remember being able to go to McDonald's or some of these other local partners, buying a meal and them giving you tickets with the meal. This is pre-highlight.
You used to get stuff in DC. They used to be big on G-Man. I ain't seen them the last time I was there, but they used to be big on that. And you could go to McDonald's. It's right. It was a McDonald's damn near at Capital One. And you could just go there, buy the joint, and then you get a little ticket. It's a nosebleed, but you can get a little ticket. And keep
and that's how we used to be able to get into games. NBA is a star-driven league, gang. I promise you, this is not the time to be doing this, making people feel disgruntled. And you are just a smaller market who, in this time right now, I don't know if we can afford to do anything like that. I'm going to sound hypocritical if we ever get to the Hawks conversation, but I don't think Ja has been given the same runway as some of the others. I think that Ja still has a lot of cash and a lot of favor as some of the others. I honestly don't think Ja is like a bad player. I don't. Maybe that's now a controversial take. I saw on the timeline, and this is what's nasty about this. I am more pro player in this regard. all of a sudden, man, Ja is ass.
Yeah, I disagree with him being trash. I just think that there's reasons that the Grizzlies are justified for some things.
And it's like, okay, bro, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I would have liked this game to progress more than what it has, but
that's where I would say. Yeah, you could argue Ja Morant has been disappointing from the lens of at one point top 10, 7. Let me pull it up. And
he was
MVP.
he's supposed to be in the same conversations as SGA and Ant.
Yeah, right like that was a thing that people were doing that, and it hasn't been the case. I think for everyone, it's been like what 5, 6, 7 years. The 3-point shot's still a major concern, and if anything, what isn't talked about with him because we always look at Zion. Ja hasn't been the most available player, whether it's suspensions or health. Ja, I think, has one season with 60 games. Oh, no, he has 67 his first year, 63 his second. He has 57, 59 starting. So I'm assuming those other two, he was in the health protocol. Then he has 9 games in 24, 50 last year, and this season. Even then, we haven't had a 70-game season once.
Not too many, yes, not too many.
So point is, Ja's availability hasn't been the best. His development on the 3-point shot hasn't been the best. And he's still, as we can tell from all of this, he's still very much a ball-dominant guy to the point where you're severely nerfing him if he's off ball. We would like to see strides in that regard, but I definitely think it's absurd to argue he's not a talented basketball player, and I think he's better than a lot of I think he's better than a lot of options around the league. It's just a matter of, do you want to give that focus to a guy who has these health concerns, who has this attitude concerns? And I mean, he can't even hit the 3 ball for you in 2025. That's the problem.
I will say I'm with Souls. 2-3 years ago, he was in the Anthony Edwards SGA combos. Yeah. Like they were all in the same tier of player. Like young up and coming players take that leap and be potential top 5 players. He was a part of that conversation, face of the league conversation. Like that was who he was 2-3 years ago. That was the potential. The development has not matched that like at all, and that's the bad part. And I'm more blunt about it. Like I've been vocally more blunt when it comes to my either you're a number one or you're not type of takes. It was kind of evident pretty early with him. He's not a number one.
But that's what I wanted to get to. And I don't want to stick too much on the play style, more so like what can happen when and if they lose him, possible destinations.
They definitely need to
conclude it. But that was my thing, Damo. I never really went into this being like he's a number one. And maybe that's like my Atlanta experience, living through Trae Young just a couple years before him. But I never went into it with the concept that like he can elevate himself to a number one, specifically on a championship team. I think they can make good teams. I think they can even make great teams. Peaking out at like there's going to be 1 year where they get to the Western Conference Finals type situation, just on some fluky stuff. But especially as they started moving off of some pieces, that's another portion of the conversation.
They moved off a lot of pieces. Their
team isn't good. With all due respect, I'm looking at how Josh drop in efficiency has gotten every single year. This team just isn't good. This is not a good team. Like we have to talk about this.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's my problem with the coach. That Pacers style offense works because the Pacers have the personnel for it. They do not have the personnel to be running 10 deep with all like playmaking and shot creators. Maybe I just don't know ball on some of these players, but
no, man.
Yeah, this is let's run that heliocentric offense and get some fucking wins. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and even if someone in the chat comment section or whatever would argue that, I mean, we're looking at a team that is bottom 10 on both sides of the ball. You gotta change something, man. Like keep it simple, stupid. I don't even think they're that high. They I guess they're ranked 9th in assist. They got that.
Man, they don't do nothing good, Sage.
Yeah, that's all they have.
They're bad. They're bad. They're a bad team. I won't even deny that. I will just say Omar, and respects due, a lot more people should have that outlook of being more realistic about who a guy is. The problem with Ja is once you get Allen Iverson on his story throwing his jersey over an MVP trophy, talk about some soon.
Yeah.
That's when it's like, all right, people are going off narratives versus what they see. And then it becomes, how they just believe the hype and the potential and they don't be realistic about it. A lot of guys are phenomenal basketball players, can be all NBA guys. They're not number ones on championship teams. MVP is a number one on a contending / championship team. I don't know when, outside of having a crazy, ridiculous individual year, when you're not the best player on the better team and you're running an MVP. Like, that's when you're in that conversation.
Russ?
Again, crazy historic year, triple double.
So, like I said, and that brings us to the next conversation, or the closing point of this. So, we could talk about getting rid of him. One, let's talk about a potential destination, and two, is that like a realistic, or should they be looking at a realistic move on from John Morant?
I am exhausted of franchises keeping not only disgruntled players, but players that they have no rational reason to invest in for a long time, and then it ends up being a wasted career kind of for the player in a way. Like the Sixers should have got off Joel Embiid. Hell, they held on Simmons a little too long. We could talk about John Morant in this very instance. I think it's time, and I'd rather be a year early than a year late. I understand Grizzlies fan 946 is going to call me a dumbass. Say my do-rag's too tight. I get that, but you have this experience. You have this experiment last another season, right? Let's say Ja has his healthiest season, 70 games, playing first round, and you out, right? Because I don't think nobody thinks the Grizzlies are serious contenders.
Maybe they make the playoffs. Maybe.
Then what happens the following year? What's the plan? What actually realistically do you think would happen? Considering you guys get there, Ja just randomly has a knock from 3, or you get some all-time draft pick or some all-time free agency signing, and now your team's actually a title contender. I think it's too long, and you're already so far down bad. Just get rid of Ja and restart it now, bro. Just restart it now. You've already put in the embodiment. You've already told the world the identity of your team is everybody eats, which, I don't know. I would be doing that, but you've already been telling everybody that everybody's going to get the rock. It's not, nobody's going to dominate the ball too much on this team. I just let them go. I just let them go.
Yeah, my team just got gamed by Nurkic. I want John Morant on my team.
Oh, I never said a destination. Please stop saying Lakers, everybody. I would say, give me a second, but not Boston.
Easy. I personally, and a lot of people hate this, I'm in favor of doing what's best for the business side of the team. John Morant's a moneymaker.
Yeah.
The Memphis Grizzlies have a very, very iron ceiling. I don't see them winning anything in the next 5 years. Why should they see them winning anything in the next 5 years? Realistically, your best bet is to keep Ja, build around Ja, and capitalize on having a Ja so you don't have to sell tickets for $2 and give them away with Happy Meal. There's two ways to be successful in this game: winning or having a marketable player. And I promise you, all these, they wasted his career players, you want to say? I promise you, these teams, the Clippers are not mad. They squeezed Blake Griffin dry, dang near. Pause. They are not mad they had on to that commodity. The Dallas Mavericks do not regret holding on to Dirk as long as they did and giving him a contract when they did give him a contract. I promise you, Ja does not have to be the number one on the championship team for them to sell enough money to justify keeping a Ja and having to be a very marketable guy, be a very marketable player. If they do decide to move off of him, where should he go? I mean, hey, what's another point guard on the Blazers? Let me stop. Chicago. I think he'll be nice in Chicago. I think he will work really well with Giddey and Buzelis. Chicago should make a move.
Yeah, no, I actually I side with Damo a lot on this one. This concept, and even if that means, like, respectfully speaking, the coach could have the right idea as to how to play. If Ja don't like you, we got to get rid of you. If Ja don't like you, we got to get rid of you. The last thing I want is a disgruntled Ja Morant walking around here. His shoe is hot right now. Anthony Edwards is marketable. He's marketable. He is our version of Anthony Edwards. It's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of good players in this league right now that are really marketable like that. He is Memphis. He is a relative to the area hometown kid. Only way he could get more hometown is if he went to either Charlotte or Atlanta. But relative to area, this is still within that region, that close to his home. I don't know another. Had Moneybag Yo had all the rappers there. Remember that was not long ago.
I
Had all
think
the rappers courtside doing shooting dice. Shake them
Yeah.
up, shake them up.
that's cold. That's cold. I think we speaking from what we would
Retro
do though.
jerseys on his black ass and put him out there.
I believe I don't even disagree with y'all. If I was the owner or if I was the GM of the Grizzlies, I would keep Ja too. I was speaking from the lens of what they should do because I don't think they're going to build around Ja. I think they would honestly argue building around Triple J is better for them because he's a plug and play guy.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
And that's where I think they're going to go wrong. And that's why I'm like, okay, so we're just going to waste Ja's talent just to sell tickets, and that's fine from a business perspective. But if it were as a fan and as a player that's fan that's rooting for players to succeed, I said player, lol. I would say just let them go because you're just gonna waste everyone's time. But if I were a Grizzly, if I was the Grizzlies GM, oh no, I'm 100% on your side. I'm building around Ja Morant because why would I piss off Ja Morant? He's the best player on our team in my opinion. And even if he's not, he's gonna be the most impactful one. So for the love of God, build around him and see what we can do.
I also think the NBA just moves so fast. You could really turn around the ship in like 2 to 3 years. I know Damo's take is like they probably won't do anything in the next 5 years. If I were to bet, they probably won't. But even with like the Sixers, I thought their future was cooked. Now all of a sudden, Tyrese Maxey averaging 35. Get a VJ Edgecombe in there. They got a Jared McCain. Sixers looking kind of nice. I don't know.
Hold on. Look. The NBA is the definition of smoke and mirrors early on. I think they have a potential to be good one day. They ain't gonna be shit as long as they got their roster currently constructed. They ain't gonna win nothing.
The Grizzlies?
No, the Sixers. I don't think that the Sixers are this 5-1 top 3 seed in the East. No.
But even then, the difference is the Sixers got the players to make them comfortable with moving on from Joel Embiid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Because if McCain doesn't pan out, VJ isn't VJing, and Maxey doesn't become who he is now, especially for playing with James Harden, they would be over here on their hands and knees praying Joel Embiid was happy. But they're in a situation where they can do that. And I'd much rather the Grizzlies be in that situation and then move Ja than say, you know what? Let's move them. We have these commodities that people say are hot commodities. Let's pray the ping pong balls bounce our way for 2 years, and we get our 2 new replacements for Ja and Triple J, and then hopefully we, hit diamonds in the rough. I'd rather you let the lottery balls hit how they're going to hit anyway. Ja's not impacting that. See who you can get first, because if you get hold, you get screwed.
Hey, now 10 years instead of 5.
In 3 years, you're selling the Grizzlies because, hey, how many 82-game seasons are you going to be selling tickets for $2 to get in before you be like, you know what? I'll own a baseball team. I'm not doing this.
How many?
Got one guy in chat going to lose it. You keep saying this shit.
I don't think Beastos has ever been a part of this. I forgot Damo was in North Carolina. How many people have been on the team where the big brother, big sister gave out tickets, the McDonald's gave out tickets, the radio station was raffling off tickets, the hey, move up to the front after you get the high ticket. How many people have been a part of a team like that? Yeah.
Shout out Charlotte Bobcats.
We had a school, well, not a school trip. I think we had it was something school related, but we had a trip where everybody, like, slowly but surely, we was like, we might as well go to the 300s because ain't nobody in them 300s. Ain't nobody. We were watching chat for if you think I'm bluffing, we were watching that all-time bad Bobcats team versus the Wizards in that time. So what's that, like 09?
Oh, shit.
It was the cheap. It was like the Caron Butler-led Wizards. Gilbert had already done pewed. Antoine was already like out of there, I believe, or didn't play that game. One of the two. It was those Bobcats versus the Wizards, and we all got in, and our whole group was able to go from the 400s to the 300s. It was like whatever. Very
same era, very same Bobcats. Watching the Atlanta Hawks of that era. So the Josh Smith, Childress, Mike Bibby, Atlanta Hawks come into town and play. Hey, not too bad of a team, Hey, Joe Johnson, way more fun than the Sean May Charlotte Bobcats. I'll tell you that much. We got those tickets for just participating in a basketball tournament for AAU. Like, we had an AAU tournament. It happened to be in the arena. Just for participating, you got tickets to the game. You didn't even have to win to get tickets. Just being there got you tickets, and then more things progress. But yes, very same situation. Third quarter, late third quarter, early fourth quarter. Man, why are we still up here? My coach, y'all come with me. We down there shouting at the bench by the time the fourth quarter in. Like why not? There's enough seats. No one stopped us.
Yeah, I got Jason Terry and Hawks and Sharif Abdul-Rahim bobbleheads. And that's when we didn't make the decision. They came up. Y'all come down. It look crazy on TV right now. And mind you, the only thing we impressing is the local cable network. So yeah, let's keep firing through.
Yeah, y'all don't know the
They
struggle.
don't want that. Yeah, they don't.
Y'all know the struggle. You being happy about a poster with Gerald Wallace and Steven Jackson signed.
Bro,
Yeah.
DC was posting Brandon Haywood at one point because Karan went down. I remember seeing a Brandon Haywood poster for tonight's game. It was like, oh Lord.
Wash the Mecca Okafor.
It was Lord. What are we doing?
Somebody team like that right now though.
Shout out Andre Bloch. He played that whole season.
I actually don't know. Well, the Nets.
Hey, I'm sorry. Super random. If I had to ask y'all, who do y'all think leads the Nets in assists?
Probably.
Oh,
MPJ.
I know who.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it MPJ?
It is VJ. Now guess how many assists? Guess how many assists?
5.
2.
4.
3.2.
Oh.
He
Who does
leads
Cam Thomas have the point guard.
less than 3.2. They drafted 5 playmakers in the first round, and no one averages more than 3.2.
Yeah,
That's spread offense.
Everybody on that team trying to get their contract for the next team. I'm convinced. Everybody on the Nets knows they're not staying there, so they're just trying to put the ball in the cup and